Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Alright, well, I hope everything is going to work out. So here we go. Alright. Let's get started. So I got all the references prepared. So yeah. Just a bit nervous. It's been a while since I did an art stream. But let me know if any of the volume or whatever is something wrong, you know? So give me a second to get everything straight, fixed and everything. One moment, let me just pop out my chat. I don't know where to put the chat for art streams. I probably need like an overlay or something, right? So, one second. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I hope the music isn't too low or whatever. But yeah, alright, let's get started. So, usually start with default cube. And here's my reference. She provided all the references. I did get permission to make this fan model, so yeah, I hope she likes it. So let's get started. Usually I like to get the grids off the way. Overall, alright, let me just fix that up. Let's see. Alright, how's the volume? Alright, I'll just keep doing my thing, but let me know if anything, you know, is a bit janky with the volume. Alright, first, I like to get started with the face. Just trust the process, and it could, because this is like, you know, kind of like sketch, 3D equivalent of sketching in the first place. My voice is low. Really? Let's see. Let's see. Otherwise, it's fine. Alright. Let's see. I don't know. My input volume is maximum on Discord. OBS, I'm pretty much, my own volume is like almost 100%. And the background music is like 50. So I hope it's it's gonna go alright. Yeah, the beginning stages of modeling, always. Let's see. Please tell me this works. So first, I like to get the face generally right, close as possible. The face is a little blurry, but that's fine. I got this reference, which is more detailed, so I can work with that to get the general idea, like especially like the eyes and stuff. I worked with a bit blurry references before. It's not so bad. Get it to work with me. And I don't know about you, but I like to work with negative y as the front and negative z as the bottom. I don't know about everyone else, but that's just how I like to work with. I'm curious. Depending on if sometimes I do polymodel the face and the body, but if it's more complicated, like in my own Vtuber model, I had to sculpt the face too.
Every day, every night,
sometimes I do sculpt as a little base.
all the time that you and I spent. Everything about you is making me say, knowing that I'm priceless, girl, you are my treasure. I want you every single night.
Yes, of course. Oh, I know. Like the silly douche. I'm still getting used to streaming, so I'm like kind of. I think my mind's like juggling a few things, so gotta apply my modifier. Yeah, no wonder. Ah, silly goosen, man. Okay. Get the general face going. I usually try to aim for one side of the face, and then, you know, make the adjustments from there. And the music's too loud? Okay. No problem. Alright, let me know if the music is alright. I'm gonna probably like model. I feel like I'm kind of like medium fast, but I might be a little slow while streaming because still getting used to it. I'm like looking at a few OBS settings just in case something goes wrong. I don't know why. I think with more practice, I'll get much more used to you know, getting more comfortable with streaming and stuff. But at the moment, you know, baby steps, one at a time, right? Ah, thanks. Thanks for checking my settings, Tenpaki. I hope I pronounced your name right. Let's see. We got a general face going. So, I mean... and then Dino Bow. I think the one thing I'm slightly bummed out about with ZBrush is that, like, with the, you know, like, subdividing, I guess, I like how Blender you can just do, like, subdivide on, like, some aspects of the sculpt, but then ZBrush is like, you need to do the whole thing, and then if you do too much subdivisions, you have to, like, go back, but then sometimes that messes up the, sculpt, but maybe I just need more practice on that. Still practicing with ZBrush, but I don't know, I'm just so used to Blender. That's probably why. So just get the general nose idea. It's not gonna be, it's gonna look, I don't think I like started from scratch for stream, so it's gonna be an interesting experience. But I did wanna try from scratch streaming experience. This is so far like the sketching stage of the sculpt. It might be a little rough because this is practically like the equivalent, 3D equivalent of sketching. So hang with me here. It's gonna take form, but it might take a bit. You know what I mean? I just need to get the general base down. I mean, the sculpt is not gonna be bajillion% perfect, but for like more of a stylistic anime laying-ish side, what do you call it? I'll be using this sculpt more as a base to do my retopology, and then, you know, we'll figure out things from there. And don't forget to name all your name all your my god, your mind has to do like multitasking. Your meshes, right? Sometimes like I'm like checking chat and then trying to sculpt, and then I'm trying my best. I know. Let's see. Okay. And then you just keep making adjustments. It's just like play. You make one. Sometimes if you feel pressure, just work on one angle sometimes, and then just make the adjustments as you go. But, mainly just trust the process. It's gonna take, smoothing, just keep creasing, keep going, And it's not gonna be perfect at first, but then as you keep going, you figure it out, I know it's not perfect at the moment, but instead of just focusing on one part of the body or feature, sometimes you just need to move on to another part to just, like you feel like, oh, these, for example, right now, lips look a little strange at the moment, and you're not sure what's, oh my god, computer, don't lag, don't do this. My train of thought, please. You're like, oh yeah, like my lips look a little strange, and then that's because probably like other parts of the model you haven't finished yet. So just work on other parts of the model, and then as you keep working bits and pieces of other parts of the model, it'll start to come together, you know what I mean? But you have to trust yourself in the process to understand, to see that. And then you start to see like, oh, like this proportion doesn't seem quite correct, and then what am I trying to say? Like everything will balance out, I guess. You know what I mean? I hope this all makes sense. I personally really need to try pushing myself to try and trust the process when I make models. Yeah, I mean, I think we get I think we want things to be instantaneous sometimes, like maybe because we watch too many speed modeling or something, like we're like, oh, that's so good and so fast, right? And why can't I do that? But then, but in real time it's gonna take hours, right? Especially if you want to make something really good, and so you need to really trust yourself on that, because you're a lot more capable than you give credit for, you gotta, yeah, I mean, essentially just trust yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Not everything is gonna be instantaneous or perfect at first, but then as you keep, chopping it, or no, not chopping it, unless I guess you're making a wood sculpture, right? But if you keep doing it, then it's gonna be good. Thanks for the kind words. No problem. I'm trying my best. While I stream, I'm like trying to figure my mind while I think about the proportions. So sometimes, let's see. I think the iris is something like this. Oh, whoops, this big. So, edge, mark sharp. I'm just gonna do that a little bit so I get a general iris. Yeah, I do often watch speed modeling videos. Maybe you're onto something. Yeah, I mean, usually when you watch speed modeling videos, it's like people better than you, right? And I'm just like, holy moly, they're so good. But then you're like, why can't I improve that fast? But then, I imagine how much they've been practicing or their experience. I feel like you're hard on yourself, you also reach that level too if you keep working on it, and everyone improves their own speed, pace. Maybe they have a background, like a college background on that specific thing, or so maybe they have a little bit of a boost than you, but like we all get there, I mean, especially with like art, we can reach that too, by with teacher YouTube. I pretty much taught myself how to do all this with YouTube and a bit of Reddit questions. No, wait, this lips, it's not proportioned right. But yeah. Okay, maybe I should ask for a bit more HD if possible for this reference, but it is what it is. But yeah, I do. Sometimes I was considering just making the body, and then like coming back to the stream. But I'm like, you know what? I think I need to gain more confidence in streaming, so I should just, I'm like nervous and stuff. I should just go for it, Yeah, the general facial structure, and then sometimes I like to get the general facial structure done, do the retopology, and then polish it from there, because usually for like VTubers or stylish models, anime style-ish side, I don't really bake the normals for the face and body, or I mean, it depends if you have like scales or stuff for the body, but usually not for the face. It's usually flat, so I just use the retopology as like a way to get a base to get started on the base. Oh my! I just hope that made sense. I'm like, what am I talking about? I started out in 2.79 because my PC couldn't run anything higher than that. Well, yeah, I'm using right now is 3.6. And then I haven't upgraded since. I don't know, I just got comfortable with 3.6, and here I am, I mean, I did download 4.2 too, right? The new one, but I don't know. Maybe because I'm so used to using 3.6 for my workflow. I'm just like, yeah, why not? Why not just keep it here? Yeah. Okay. The sculpt feels weird, but once I get the Retopology, I think I'll start to get the idea of how to do stuff. If that makes sense. Thankfully, since I've started using Linux, it can run 3.6, but I'm also too used to using 2.79, so I mostly use it. Yeah, it won't run 4. Yeah. Wait, Linux, does that mean you're using like a Mac? I feel like Macs, they were advertised as really good for artists, but then they're not like strong enough, you know. Not as much as, in my opinion, as a PC. I think we all went into that. We fell for that marketing pretty good as artists. Maybe I should, instead of the ears, maybe I should start on Retopology actually, so I can start on the eyelashes and stuff. Okay, all of this will make sense. I promise. Oops. Okay. Come on. Brain, please work with me. Oh, and Happy New Year, everyone. I was like, so I feel like I'm like a little wind up, nervous streaming, and also trying to juggle all of this. So now I'll just work on the Retopology. There's face, center. This is just the settings I like to use, but if it doesn't work out, then I'll just, you know, change up the settings. Blender sometime. No, it was a Windows laptop, and now it has Linux installed into it. Apple doesn't let you install Linux on their PCs, it's all closed down and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, laptops burr, you know. When I was like, learning Blend, it's really, wait. When I was really getting started out, okay, trust the process on this one. Sometimes it can be a little janky. Oh, there we are. What? Oh, of course now it works. But what do you call it? Oh my god, brain, work with my hair. Oh yeah, when I was really getting started out, and I didn't have my PC yet, I was like using my really old Mac laptop, and I was just using the trackpad to sculpt stuff. It was burning up for sure, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna invest in a PC so I can make more complicated. Oh, like nowhere in hell is gonna run Unity, and I need Unity to export for, you know, VTuber stuff like Wardo, VRChat, VCFace, and I needed Unity for that, and there was no way in hell that my little Mac laptop which is almost, I don't know, 10 years old or something. I forgot was gonna ever run Unity. So yeah, I just needed to invest in something better. Hey, Nuclear Photo Productions. I need to sleep. Yeah. Sleeping's for the weak though! No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just need to say that. But no, sleep is real important. So get all the naps you need, man. How do you model with a trackpad? It's possible. I'll tell you that. I think when I was so used to using the trackpad to model. I don't know if you've seen it, but I modeled Angelus from Drakengard, and that's all. And I sculpted, and I used the trackpad for that. And I was so used to using the trackpad that I was considering buying like a trackpad for my PC too, just to sculpt. But then I got used to using the mouse now, so I sculpt with mouse and sometimes with my tablet. So I'm like, yeah, upgrade times, upgrades. You know, yeah, it is what it is. You know how people like draw amazing stuff with their finger with their phone? You make it work. You make it work, you know. Oh, did I make this too round? Why did I make it so round? I think I was getting sidetracked thinking about the past. The past. Oh, bro, it's like I feel like 2024 was not my year, man. Like, it's just I was not vibing. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Subdivision. Oh, I hope it makes sense. Sometimes I feel like when I talk, you gotta like read my mind a little bit, or at least when I'm streaming, because I get a little sidetracked, or like I'm like trying to modeling and talking. It's kind of tricky. Anyway. The Retopology. I know it's a little janky, but I'll fix, you know, just at least get the main components done and I'll just fix it. And that's just pretty much what it is, you know, you make something and then you're like, wait, I'm not vibing with that, and then you just fix it, you know what I mean? And then, yeah. Triangles, very useful. Saving my life, saving polygons, one poly at a time. So, okay. I know the retopology seems very strange, but sometimes I just like to sometimes when I feel like if I overthink things, like I take forever, and then I get like, what do you call it, like analysis paralysis, right? And then it's like so hard to even get started. So even if it looks and feels janky at first, well, just go for it, you know. And then just fix it, you know. It's not permanent, right? What's important is that you just do it. And yeah, just do it. So even if it's wrong in the beginning, you can always adjust and yeah. I really have to try and port a model to VRChat for a friend. I had their Sona model. Last time I made a VR model was with an old MMD model I made. yeah, yeah, I remember when I was getting started and learning the VR chat export. Oh man. I mean, actually, to be honest, like any export that we're learning is like a whole ride in itself, right? So because all of them are like similar but also slightly different, and then one thing can do this, one thing can do that, and there's like limitations, and then it's like, oh man, lots of things to juggle. I would love to give you I'd love to give you this export version, but it's like, give me a second. I'm gonna almost learn some stuff from scratch, but then it's like also similar to a way. I don't know. What am I talking about even? But yeah, I do wish that VRM was more flexible, I guess. Like if I could use like, for example, rotation constraints. Uh, that would be very nice. Or even just using custom shaders, because sometimes I would like to use stencils to do certain things. Or sometimes it does need stencils because some aspects of the model just needs it, and then it's like VRM. No. I don't allow that. I'm like, sometimes you have to be strategic on where to put your triangles. And if you're gonna ask a question like, sometimes people ask me like, where do I put triangles? It just really depends on how, on your deformations. So for like, I don't know how to explain. Like, it's more like all I can say is just experience because I know how things would deform on this face with ARKit and stuff like that. So I would know you start to figure it out. You know what I mean? And as I said before, like just go for it and then figure it out from there. Bones have to be in a certain position. Hide the issue. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a journey, man. It's a journey for sure. But you know, each time you sculpt, each time you make something, you do improve, right? I know there's some jankiness you see, but trust the process. Trust it. I'm a little slower like a slug, but I'll get there. I promise. I used to try to exclusively try to model with quads, for example, having pupil mesh be filled with grid fill instead. Oh my god. No! Save yourself and just have him triangles, just like a pizza. I remember being so scared of using triangles, and then and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it out. And then I tried it. I was like, wait. I mean, when we put it into Unity, it all becomes triangles anyway. So this is like strategically adding the triangles. You know, strategically adding the triangles if they're gonna be triangles anyway, you know? And also, it saves you a lot of poly count too, sometimes. Especially like, for example, like hair and stuff. Hair, sometimes capes and clothing. If you go on ArtStation and see all the pros do it, all the pros sometimes use triangles on certain aspects of their models to probably like optimize it. And I mean, sometimes it just works better too, since less quads, and it's like don't like that aspect of the Retopology. Fix it. Yeah, but just exclusively using quads can be tricky. Sometimes it depends on the situation. But you know, if you need it, you need it. I'll fix that later. But first, I should. Trust the process, guys. I know it looks a little wonky, but I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. Oh, there we go. I was wondering, like, why isn't this activated? Sometimes I use a face motion 3D to test my AR kit, and you gotta connect your IP with it, and I'm like afraid to like flash my IP. Please. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm nervous with streaming. It's like, ah! That bro moment. That's not right. Don't worry, I'll be going back, fixing the eyes, because they're not right. But for like something like anime-ish eyes, they're not. It depends on the style and what you're going for, or like, you know, it's not, you know, it really just depends on every. Okay, I'm just always depending. It's not my advice stuff. It's not always a blanket advice. You know, it just depends on the situation. But usually anime eyes just have the pupil iris part and not the scalia, right? Usually that's like hollowed in. You see what I mean? But that's because they don't really like follow the eyes. Don't really because of the stylization. It doesn't really follow the circle or sphere ball eyeball thing. Oh my god. What am I talking about? You see what I mean? Once if I get there today. See. Do I want to continue the nose? Just starting the lips. Oh yeah, when you're retopologing, I don't know if anyone mentioned this before, but I was like thinking about it. I'm like, wait, it's kind of like that, huh? I think of like a metaphor on how to retopologize things. Sometimes I remember someone asking a long time ago, but you can think of it like, I don't know, like water drops, water drop ripples in the rain. Like think about it, like when it rains, it makes ripples in the puddle, right? And then when you see the ripples, it goes out like this, right? And you can think of it like a ripple here, and then a ripple around the nose, and then around the lips. So like it depends on how the design is or what you're going for, but usually around the mouth, it's kind of like half. Depends on the stylization of the nose, but sometimes a bit around half around the nose, kind of like right here usually, and then around the eyes. But I don't know, that's my opinion. Everyone retopologizes a bit differently, but I don't know, that's what I kind of noticed. So, like water ripples, and you know how like they like connect each other. I hope that metaphor made sense. I think when I get nervous modeling, because my beginning process is a bit of a mess usually. That's why I get a bit nervous. Like, hey, I'm still getting there, you know. But sometimes maybe I just really just put myself out there, you know. Like, of course it's gonna get better, right? You know, like, gotta trust myself. So even if I make a few mistakes here and there, I can always adjust, since none of this is permanent. It's not like an all or nothing, you know what I mean? You can always fix this retopology, the sculpt, just fix anything. But I don't know, maybe because I want to have like a perfect image of my skills or whatever, it's like I get nervous. Maybe that's probably why I lean towards more speed modeling videos, so I don't feel as nervous. It's like, oh, there you go. That's how I did it. But I don't know, doing it in real time is a little racking, you know, a little more vulnerable, I guess. So bear with me, guys. I'm getting there. And it depends on you, but usually I like to do a bit more subdivisions around the eyes, nose, a bit on the cheek and lips, because when you're doing AR kits, like think about like cheek puff, like, you know, when you're like holding air in your cheeks, that's gonna need a good amount of polygons on your cheeks, right? Or blinking, especially on the lid aspect, you're gonna want good topology. I mean, at least like a good amount to stretch, so the blinking doesn't stretch the textures of the eyelid too much, you know what I mean? I know the retopology looks a little funny, or at least my I guess my workflow. I mean, like, these are so uneven and everything, but I mainly do it just to like get the foundation going, and then you just make the adjustments from there. Told you like analysis paralysis is your worst enemy in perfectionism. So what matters is that if I didn't like it at all, I could use this as like kind of like, how like you do a super rough sketch and then you do a more finer sketch, not exactly like line art, but like a finer sketch. I could just use it like that too. In the future, if I really didn't like this retopology job, and I could just keep doing it until I like it. There's not really right or wrong. What matters is that it's, in this case, like more accurate and it gets done. What did they say? Like that 1% of progress is better than no progress, and even if you mess up and you have to start over, now you know how to make it better. You know what I mean? That's just a learning experience, and then in the future you might not even have to do that refined line sketch. You could just like jump into the next process of what you're trying to do. I hope this is all making sense. I keep saying but I hope you know. So what I'm trying to say is, don't be afraid of the process, even if it's messy or it doesn't feel right at the moment. Just give it a chance. Give it a chance. If it's wrong, then just do it again. You've done it before and you can do it again. That's what I say to myself. And then you keep doing it until it feels right. Okay, it's getting there, you know what I mean? And I think what's important to me right now is getting more confidence to stream. And even if my process isn't exactly perfect, just wanted to show you, I guess. Hey Nader Green, I like Fusion 360. I haven't used Fusion yet. How's the experience compared to Blender? So far I like Blender because it's so flexible with everything. Like I can just do modeling, and then I can texture, and then I can do retopology, and I can practically do it at the same time, like in different parts of the body or clothing, or you know what I mean. I just like to jump around a little bit sometimes. Gives my workflow or my working call it working. What? I'm like a robot. I can't talk. My working experience a bit more flavor, I guess, if I have to like explain it. I hope that makes sense. Mount functioning. I like Blender for video rendering. Interesting. I only use the video, I guess the video rendering more for like animation frames, but the last time I tried to do a super simple animation and render that out, like it kept crashing. I had like 300 frames or something, and it just like quits after like 50 or something, and then I woke up one day and I'm like, oh bruh, please. I was hoping to wake up with 300 frames, but much to ask, I guess. I hope you like my music choice. I subscribe to Epidemic Sound. I mean, this is not sponsored or anything, but because I think the biggest headache is choosing music. So, and then I'm just like, you know what? Might as well just get a little subscription going. It's like, hey, they have pretty good selection, and then just it's like less headache now. And then just download whatever sounds good, you know, whatever they recommend. It's like, hey, my flavors, man. Sometimes my workflow of the Retopology is not perfect. Like sometimes the shrink wrap is not perfect, but you work with it and then just make the adjustments from there, you know. No biggie. Hehe. Yeah, music. I feel like music is the hardest part, but then I'm like, why am I wasting so much time choosing music when I'm not even a musician and that's not really the focal point of my videos? But I didn't want to like repeat music over and over and over again, and or accidentally choose something and then be copyrighted later, because that would be lame, super lame. So I'm like, might as well just get Epidemic and save me the headache. I can always, ooh, what the? Can always adjust the nose later. But for now, I just want to get the general idea, and then I'll just fix up everything later. You know what I mean? As I said, perfectionism is your enemy because it wastes a lot more time, and then I feel like it burns you out faster if you're too much of a perfectionist. So just do it and then figure it out. Ask the model. Because, you know, even though you did it with perfectionism, like what if you didn't like it later? You're like, oh, I just wasted all that time just focusing on one thing when I could have done a ton of the other things at the same time while I did that. So just let that cook. Let it cook. Hey G man. Oh, yo, what up? Doing some modeling? Nice. Yeah, I am indeed modeling. AI generated music. I would frown upon that. Because you know it's like hard work of musicians, and it's like AI is like that AI is what do you call it? You know, all the algorithms and stuff is like made from their hard work, right? It's like, I personally wouldn't use it. Just you make Blender stuff too? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Support your artists. Use everything. I mean, even though it can be a smidgen pricey on Epidemic Sound, support musicians. Support your musicians, man. Support artists too. I mean, they already they have I can't talk. I mean, they have already made their money. Not necessarily. I mean, it's like, you know, like the AI art stuff is made from like all different types of artists, like big and small, and you know, the smaller artists can be you know, if they have a particular style, and then there's AI of it. It's like, you know, like that support should have gone to them, you know. I hope this is all making sense. It's hard to talk while modeling at the same time. It's like I'm driving and then someone. No, I'm having like also a conversation while I'm driving. Mostly for Gmod add-ons and commissions as well. Yeah, I love Blender, man. The guy that made Blender, MVP, absolute MVP. Because, like, I wonder how without Blender like? I don't know. But I just love how Blender can do practically everything. At least everything I need it to do, you know? It does like everything pretty well. You know, I'll just add a triangle and then I'll fix it later. I'm very glad that Blender is now getting NPR features. That's the more of the animation stylish, right? If I remember correctly. Sorry, my brain is trying to like remember stuff while modeling. Yeah, that's pretty rad because they said Blender is more catered towards realistic stuff, right? So that is exciting. Because I would like it if I could have a mod, you know, like one of these mod buttons to do outlines. I know you can do like, you know, like solidify or like, you know, duplicate your mesh and then do inverse normalization and then have another material. But like if I could just like quickly have a mod that just does the outlines for me, so I can do a little preview of the outlines before I export to Unity, that'd be lovely, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's very exciting. I'm glad the anime or stylization style is getting more popular and then there's more support for it because, you know, it's very, thank you, Blender. Happening. Because, it's a very popular style and it'd be good if there's more support for that. I think I should have a hotkey for getting the wireframes. Oh, I forgot later. Oh shit, I also make animations in Blender too. They are fun. Yeah, animation on Blender is great, but then I think rendering the animation is it's tough. I'll tell you. Computer goes brr. No. Oops. Oh, well, it's not too bad. I know it's a lot of triangles, but it does help save polygons onto the forehead and stuff, so like I don't really need that much polygons between the nose, so like this is in the right amount of polygons, so but I could always fix or add later, you know, whatever the proportions are telling me. Okay, I gotta adjust the nose proportion later, but once I finish up the retopology, I can always adjust the proportions. It's already been an hour? Like, what? Oh, I feel slow. I would do, I feel like I would do it. But you know what? I'm gaining some streaming confidence. Let's go. It's been like, I don't know, a year since I did my last art stream, so I gotta be nicer on myself. Sometimes the smoothing does not want to work with me, but I'll fix that once I apply my shrink wrap modifier and then everything will be working. Also, animation isn't really my strong. I mostly do basic stuff. I kind of taught myself to do it. Yeah, I'm also trying to teach myself animation too. It's like, it's so tricky. maybe probably because I didn't dabble in it too much, but hoping I would, so I can make like more animation toggles hopefully in the future, like more complicated stuff instead of just like simple tail wagging and stuff like that, you know. Let's see. Also textures are tough. I feel like textures for me take the longest, you know. And I don't know if you know this, but you should also learn how to bake. Oh, baking saves my life, man. Mwah! I love to bake. At first, there's a little tricky. You're like, what is happening? And then you're like, wait, I'm cooking, you know? Oh, this model looks super pretty. The character? Oh, yeah, this character. Yeah, don't worry, the model will catch up someday. But yes, I got her permission, MOONBTCH's permission to make her model, so very excited. Especially her tail. Her tail is super duper cool. Let me see. Ah, there it is. Can't wait to make the tail. It's gonna be super awesome. I think to save my life a little, to make the toggle on and off for the tail, and I might just make these two separate objects, the tail and the bodysuit. So yeah, I mean, just to make things a bit more simple for me. Yeah, this is for fun, so doing some practice and for fun. And I really liked her design. So. Yeah, let it cook! Let it cook! I recently finished my own Vtuber export, but you know, sometimes like I feel like I get stressed out trying to like be more expressive with my I need to be more expressive, and then it's like also streaming. I feel like that's a bit too much to juggle at the same time, so I'm just gonna use PNG Tuber for now, and then maybe when I'll do a gaming stream soon, and maybe I'll use my VTuber then. So I guess less focus, you know what I mean? Hey, Wordy Dirt. Yeah, the model design is awesome. I can't wait to make the tail. I love making tails. I think tails are the coolest, you know? Tails, wings. Sometimes the Retopology does not want to work with me. That's okay. It'll make sense soon. I mean, I know this is probably, Maya is, I feel like each program has their own strong suits. Like Maya is definitely good for like Retopology. ZBrush is like ultra good at sculpting. And I think also Maya is good at animation too, but it's just, I don't know. Blender does everything pretty good, but so I like the flexibility of it. Don't worry, I'm still in my like refining stages, so give me a second. I'm cooking. It's like I'm still trying to add the salt, and salt is pretty important, you know what I mean? Sometimes if the Retopology absolutely does not want to work with me, I just leave it. Let me think. I think it'll be okay if I added a triangle here. Sometimes I usually don't put triangles here, but we'll see. I can always. What I'm trying to do is get the general Retopology done, and then once I apply the shrink wrap modifier, I'll make the, you know, like the more accurate adjustments from there. But what I need to do is finish the retopology first, you know. I went 3D drawing. It's funny because I feel like, I mean, the 2D skills and the 3D skills definitely complement each other, but I feel like I got really rusty at 2D. Funny enough, I mean, it's like different way to texture, I guess. But then, I guess when you do more 3D stuff, your anatomy understanding improves, right? So there's that. And then 2D, obviously when you do learn 2D, you're texturing, you start to understand the shading stuff more, and yeah, yada yada yada. Huh? Whoa. You're saying AO bakes normals color ramps pointless? I'm using all of it. The less I have to do by hand, the better. Oh, I mean, it kind of depends. I mean, for something stylized, for example, like this, I would use an AO bake to do the general shadows, you know, like under the neck and stuff like that. And especially like between the fingers, that would, and between the leg, like, you know how sometimes, especially like stylized stuff, there's like shadows a bit on the sides of the legs, the fingers, on the chest a bit, and yeah, usually that. Or you could even add objects to like specifically add more shadows. But yeah, having a basic AO bake, ambient occlusion bake, helps you save a lot of time. So that's why I love baking, because it saves me a lot of time. And I will be, what do you call it? The words are not worded into. I'm having too many references. What the? Oh, okay. I will be showing, I guess, my workflow on the texturing too and baking. So I don't know. Stay tuned for that too, I guess. I know people are gonna mention like UCU Paint, right? There we go. Add-on for texturing. I'm still trying to get the hang of that. But what I like to do is manual node making, texturing. I have like a specific way I like to set my nodes to texture, and you see what I mean. You know, it makes it easier for me to like jump across baking, doing image texturing, combining, and it's kind of like doing Lego, if that makes sense. That's how I like to do it. But yeah. And I know this retopology process. You're like, what is it? Oh my god, it's so janky, but trust me, I'm cooking, I swear. I brought the lamb sauce. Don't worry. I just need to get the general things going, you know what I mean? Oh, I feel this. I definitely got into digital drawing before 3D modeling, and I mean, I guess I should have just practiced more, you know, but I feel like I was okay, you know. I understood like general ideas of drawing, but I mean, definitely could have been better practicing more, a lot more, but I don't know. I feel like 3D, I feel like I like 3D a little bit better. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know. Oh, and I'm gonna make the head a separate object from the body object. That's because it kind of depends, but I like to do that because I'm also using a different face material. I'm gonna use a different face material from the body material. So, in case like you wanna change expressions like this, or this, you know, with a, for example, or blush or something like that, it's easier to do it as a separate material. I mean, you can make another material over it and then like use blend shapes. I mean, there's so many ways to do things, but that's just personally how I like to do it. So it's like easier, and you get the most like, it's like on the texture, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain. It's like I see it in my mind, and then it's like explaining it. It's like trying to explain sometimes. I don't know. I don't know, like what like constellations to someone. What am I talking about, dude? Let's see. I think I can do the triangles from here. Okay, and then the back of the head or top of the head, they don't really need that much retopology. So you can get rid of, that's what I like to get. So I start to get rid of them like somewhere like around here or near the forehead. So there are times you might see on like Twitter or something where people post their retopology stuff, like, or yeah, more like anime retopology stuff, like you might see triangles on the forehead or on the side. That's usually because, you know, the back of the head doesn't really need that much polygons. There you go. Words. They evade me today. I love baking too. It's cool and gets the texture nice. Yeah, baking. Like, once you open your world to baking, yeah, there's no turning back, you know? You're cooking, you know? You can't just pan fry everything sometimes. You gotta open up your palate. You gotta start making the pasta from scratch. I don't know. Go for seafood, go for bread, not just bread. What am I talking about, dude? I feel like most of the time it's like rambling about nothing. Oh, just double checking. I hope my volume and the music volume is alright. I hope nothing's too loud or too quiet, but let me know if anything's going wrong, you know. It would suck if I like went back to my stream and be like, I wasn't even talking? Oh, that sucks. I would preach using baking whenever possible. I've been enjoying a long time, but I never really took it seriously. And oh, dude, I feel like I'm exactly the same way. Like, I don't think, like, I just drew what I wanted, and then I just knew the base idea, how to get the idea across. But it's like, I don't know, maybe because I wasn't as interested in drawing than 3D. But something about 3D texturing, I don't know, it appeals to me. How should I say it? Yeah. Okay, once I get the top done, maybe I'll start to apply the modifier. I swear, it looks it's not cooking at the moment, you know, but it'll cook. Let it cook. I promise. Let it cook. Sometimes making the face for anime stylized stuff doesn't seem to make sense, but once you add the eyelashes and the eyebrows, it'll start to make sense. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I don't know if you've seen it, like 3D scans of your naked face. Like, you're just like, whoa, that's me, but like, because it doesn't have like the eyelash or the eyebrows, or it's like, that's my face shape. I don't know. Well, I remember when I saw my face scan, I was like, that's like my face. That's my face. No way, dude. Like without the hair and eyebrows and stuff, it's like, wow. Okay, I'll start to make triangles here. But thanks for joining, everyone. I hope everyone having a great new year. I think I said this before, but you know, if anyone new is joining, still wishing you a good year. I feel like 2024 was a janky year for me, but I just want to change. Gain more confidence in streaming, and yeah, sometimes it's like a fun game of finding. I think I don't want 4 here. It's like a waste, in my opinion, to use too much polygons on the top of the head. It's like, I mean, even if you want like a ball of the toggle, it'll still be smooth. Sometimes you just don't need that much to make it work, I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do, but you want things to be, optimized. You don't want a bajillion polygons, because especially if you're adding this to like VR chat, like you're gonna want to optimize some stuff. I mean, there's especially when there's like a lot of toggles happening and stuff like clothing. Like if you have 5 different outfits, you're gonna want to optimize as best as possible. So I think it'll be okay to have triangles here, because most of the air kit is going to be happening here, and none of the movement shape keys, air kit shape keys, are going to be applied in the back of the head, so it's going to be alright. I know the mesh is pretty uneven. What the downside of using triangles is that when I use smooth, like it like pulls back like this, which is pretty annoying. If anyone knows how to not make it do that, it'd be lovely. But I could just always just manually do it. It's not like horrendous or anything. I think there's quite a lot of people over in VR chat that uses high poly unoptimized TAA models, and the model for some reason is super popular. TDA Miku head for their models with VRC. Is it that one that really pretty Miku head? Miku. I remember seeing it a lot, since it's a very nice looking head. I'm not sure how to explain it. Like, I mean, if I just describe it, it's just any kind of Miku. But I think I know what you mean. I never seen the model or poly count itself, so I can't tell you exactly. But yeah. But optimizing models for VR chat is like a whole nother job in itself. I mean, exporting in general is like hard as hell too, because it's like not just only toggles, but then like materials and like blah blah blah. It's like frying up 5 different dinners. Yeah, I think I know what you mean for the Miku head. I think it's like the most famous one, right? Yeah, it's like anime stylish, and then yeah, I think I know what you mean. Okay, when I do retopology for anime styles, I don't really go for the eyes or inside of the mouth just yet. I like to do it after I add the shrink wrap, because Blender retopology, it gets a little finicky with anything like that's like too close, or and then the eyes, as I said, like with anime eyes, it's a bit different from normal realistic eyes, so you see what I mean. I feel like a lot of people know how to model here, so I feel like you know what I mean, but then just in case. Yeah. But bear with me, guys. I pretty much learned everything on YouTube, so and this is just practice, a lot of practice, and experiments. Hey Shiba! What's that? I am finally doing an art stream. It's not exactly the most exciting stream, I guess. I don't know. Are you entertained? I hope you are. I think I might I usually poly model the body, so I could use that as a base and then sculpt and then do the retopology later. I don't know. Let's see which way on that. We'll see. You're liking it so far? I'm glad. Once I get the eyelash going, the eyes will make more sense. And the eyebrows. And the ears. And then I just continue lifting the whole thing. It makes sense. And then once it's done, see, it made sense. Haha. You know what? Art streaming is fun. I think I was overthinking it before. Why was I so scared? What the hell? Damn you, overthinking! I mean, I don't know. I guess, like, since I was like, I think I pressured myself to like use my own Vtuber model, but then I had to like also kind of be an actor with that. You know, like, you gotta be more expressive with yourself to entertain people. You're like, oh, that's just too much headache, and maybe I'm overthinking things. Maybe I should commission a better PNG Vtuber model so I can use that to relax while I do other things. Put my brain capacity on other things. I think people who VTube and do their streams are pretty rad. It's like a lot of things to juggle. I'll fix that side of the face. It's not like you make sure like when you're 3D modeling, make sure you're not just like front X, front Y. You know, you want to also, I mean it's probably obvious, but then you also want to check the side. Like I would have to fix this eye part and maybe the cheek aspect, but we'll see. I gotta apply the shrink modifier first, and then we'll see to get the more of the vibe, like to match this better, you know what I mean? But first, this is just to like, this is still like the rough line sketch if I have to equivalent of 3D modeling. So I'm still cooking. I'm making my broth, you know what I mean? Like let me cook, let me cook. I don't know, the retopology is pretty intense. It's important. Yeah, retopology is intense. I have the stream on picture model while I model. In picture? What do you mean, like PNG? Raise your ya. I felt like my throat was dying. I have some water, but then I'm not usually a yapper. I'm not really a talker, so my throat is parched. Are you sure? Yeah. Oh. I mean, yeah, like a PNG. I hope I'm imagining what you're trying to say. It stays in front of everything. Oh, like a webcam stream, right? You know what? I'm just gonna add a triangle. Though this part of the face is not gonna be like important for what you should call it. Haircut or deformations. Like once you start to understand what you can get away with, you'll get away with it. raise. Okay, this will be hidden by the body, the neck itself, and then maybe I should. I have the general retopology done, so I think I might just always, before applying modifiers, you always wanna, what do you call it? Oh my, the words are escaping me. Duplicate your mesh, and also time to time, make a save file copy of your Blender file itself, because once something goes wrong, you're gonna be crying about it. That would suck so bad. You know what I'm saying? So make a duplicate of your mesh when you're like, for example, weight painting, or making changes or applying mesh stuff, so you have something to go on. And so I applied my, and then make sure the clipping is working in the middle. Now I can make all the adjustments I want on the face. So let's actually fix up and smooth up the face, yeah? So that's not looking right, so you do it until it looks just about right. But then even sometimes when you texture, like you're like, wait a second, even at that point you're like, what? And then what's so great about Blender is that you can actually go back and change it, you know? And then sometimes on the anime style, you want to like make sure the eyes are like this, because the scarilla, don't clip that. Is going to, I mean, it's going to be concave usually for anime styles. So, and then you see what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, you know what I mean? And then sometimes you can notice like this happening. That's gonna make janky outlines. So you add, wrong way, that way, and then much more smoother on the side. You know what I mean? Now you know what I mean. Can start applications, so you can do much more doing other things. Yeah. Whenever you're doing something risky, as Dark Uncorn says, we gotta, sorry, I hope I pronounced that right, but we always want to have backups of backups, everyone. Oh my god, did I tell you once? I was working on my final for college, and then I don't know why did I put my laptop on the dining table, and then I forgot I was doing other things, right? And then, well, not working on the laptop, but doing other things, and then for some reason, the ceiling, that specific part, like, of the ceiling had like the, you know, it was on the dining table, and then that ceiling had like was it that ceiling light, I guess, and then you would have never guessed what happened. Just water just burst and just went all over the computer and dining table. Yep, that was just thank you life. That's exactly what I needed for when I'm doing my finals, you know what I mean? Thank you. Just what I needed. Yeah, and then I put, as everyone does, put rice into the rice. I forgot. I think I had like luckily like a USB of the final like half done, so I was like, you know what? I'll just redo it. I've done it before. I can do it again. Oh yeah, that eye is so wrong. Let's fix that up. See, once you apply the shrink mod, you can be do a bit more of what you want to do, you know? The nose is like this. I might ask her for a better HD so I can make the adjustments if I need to. Needs more poly on the lips. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, but to make like sharper edges for like noses and stuff and lips, as you can see, there's more of a sharper edge on the lips. But then you want to have like this part smoother and this part sharper. Then you just have the lines of the mesh much closer to each other, so it can make that nicer like illusion of sharpness, you know, even though you're using like smooth. So yeah, okay. Sometimes the side is a bit different, but so I follow the front a bit more, and then, you know, like adjust accordingly to fit the side as well. Okay, when I texture, I might start to see if I need to make any adjustments. And then wait a second. Let's see. I mean, I'll still make adjustments. Sometimes you don't see the vision yet because it doesn't have the hair and, you know, the textures and stuff. But once you start to add all the rest of the stuff, it'll start to make sense sometimes. So even if the head doesn't seem right at the moment, it'll come together. That's what I'm trying to say. The nose looks right to me. Right. For now, but I'll make adjustments along the way to make it like once I texture. Sometimes like you're like, wait, like You know, I need to make a little bit of an adjustment, and then just make adjustment. I usually don't add this many triangles to lips, but I don't want too many polygons on the edge of the mouth. In my opinion, that's like always annoying to deal with. So, but we'll see. If I have to do it, then it is what it is. But you know, if I have to add it, then I'll add it. Or redo it, I mean. But if I can save the headache, it'll be quite nice. Oh. I mean to say, have you guys watched Squid Games 2? I feel like Squid Game. I think. I don't want to say spoilers, but let's just say I can see why people were mad at the ending a bit. It's definitely not done yet. It's like definitely continuing. It's one of those seasons where it like continues the story rather than it can just end like that, like in season 1. Let's see. I think the bottom needs to go a bit better. But I think the main character's choice at the end pissed me off a bit. Like he's like he wants to do stuff, but like the way he does it is, I don't know. It makes me annoyed. Like all this money and that's the best plan you had, dude? Come on now. Like 2 years you couldn't find the island, bro. And you I played these games before. Momcha. 움직이지 마. Oh, and if you're wondering, I am Korean. But let's see. What do you call it? Ugly face or something? You know, trust the process. Exactly, trust the process. Face, just like the bare face, can feel inaccurate at the start, but then it'll make sense later on once you add the other features. Okay. I can always make the adjustments later. It'll make sense. But right now, see, if I was too much of a perfectionist, the retopology would not be done by now, you know what I mean? Just jump for it, and then make the adjustments later. And then, sometimes the back of the head gets in the way, so sometimes I just like to hide it, and then, you know, you can always return it later. So right now we go top of the lip. I do just wanna, I think it's good to polymodel this part, you know? So, maybe this triangle's a bit too close now that I look at it. Maybe, let's see. Oh. Then move that triangle down there. There we go. It's like a puzzle sometimes. You're like, huh? Oh? Oh, I feel like, I hope I'm doing that cat meme right. Oh? Wait a second. No, wait. Something's not right. Okay, let me see the chat. I started watching Squid Games 1 and I didn't trust that old man. Something's wrong with him and it's not it's not a brain tumor. Yeah, I mean, definitely. You didn't trust him in the beginning? I can't remember my first watching experience. I thought he was relatively benign. Like he was just a guy. Since he knew that he was gonna die, like that's why he was like, relatively chill about the games, because it's like, it's like I'm dying or whatever. I'll just play the games and just have fun with it, But damn, like you were one of the. Was he one of the VIPs or like one of the people behind the games? Like, huh? Bro. No, it's not the final part. No, definitely a continuation. Dude, if that was the ending, that would have sucked. Because the main character would have pissed me off, and then it's like, what? That's it? Like, I don't know if you watched it, but you see what I mean. I remember people talking about it, and I'm like, what do they mean? It's like, oh, I see what you mean. I can see why people are mad. If the foreman didn't call him and he was kind of I don't know how to say it. There's an expression in Korean that just describes it well. He was a bit 얄미워. How do you say that in English? Oh man. It's just a Korean expression that like teasing, I guess, is the best way to describe that. Like when he did that phone call before he got on that plane to go to his daughter in America. It's like teasing him, like, haha, just get on the damn plane and go to your daughter. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna ruin my life and my friend's life. I mean, he didn't say that, but he practically did, in a way. In a way, he didn't mean that, but he kind of did. So, it's the bro moment. Like buy a sports car like a normal person. Damn. Like if he really was that bummed up or like about how people are getting exploited by the Squid Games, like in my opinion, just like Batman, like he should have used that money to like help the people, right? Like he should have made like grants or like made homeless shelters, or I mean like so much damn money. And like if as they say, like if people are volunteering, they would not go to the Squid Games if they had, in my opinion, like if they had their basic needs met at least, or I mean there's people probably who want to do the Squid Games, but it wouldn't be for more like, it'll be more for personal, I guess, reasons rather than like desperate reasons. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense here. Like it wouldn't feel as exploitative, I guess. Like it would be, I don't know. I get in my yeah. I hope this is making sense. But yeah, I mean, if I were him, I would just like set my daughter for life. Like here's your college fund and your life fund. Here's a trust. Hey, I'll make a trust for you, kid. But the daughter's like, dude, where's my dad? And he's like still in Korea, in a mysterious island with crazy ass people, not changing anything. Got his I almost said a spoiler. But let's say not good things are happening. He's like smiles and yeah, lip corners, horrendous. Not my favorite part of the cooking process. I love procrastinating on model making and then getting a surge of inspiration and working on it. Yo, I feel the same. I think everyone can relate to that, but sometimes you have to push through, and then sometimes it's kind of like, how do I explain? Like when you're swimming, or when you first get into the pool, it's like freaking cold, and you're like, oh, it's cold, I want to get out. But then once you're in the pool, you're like, hey, you know, I'm starting to get used to it, and I'm starting to get the vibes. I'm in here, might as well just have some fun, you know, like, and splash around. It's kind of like that. Sometimes you just have to jump in, even if you're not feeling that motivated, and then you feel that, you start to feel it. I'm feeling it, you know? Okay. I'll come back to the lips or the inside of the mouth later. But right now, let's get started on the other stuff too. I think I might get started on the eyelashes, so things start to make a bit more sense, you know? So what I like to do is duplicate part this eyelid, and then separate that so it becomes its own object. And then usually, since there's so much deformation going on with blinking and stuff, you wanna this is how I like to do things. I like to do solidify, so, and then get it sticking out a little bit, and then subdivision surface. I don't really use subdivision like modifier, because, you know, obviously I use triangles, and then also like it gets a bit janky with triangles, I feel like, and also it depends, but also like I can control the amount of polygons, so I can be more optimized as best as possible. Well, you know what I mean? Oh, my throat. The live stream gave me inspiration. I'm glad. I was considering just doing the body and face on my own, and then doing a speed model, and then doing like texturing and stuff on stream. But you know, I was like, you know, stop being a scaredy cat, you silly goose, and do it. You know, just do it. And then here I am. And you know what? The experience ain't too bad. Thank you, overthinking. Ruining one life at a time. Mine in particular. Something like that. Exactly. I don't understand why he didn't do like college grants, or paying people's medical bills, or child, you know, like child daycare, or like literally making his own company and giving people jobs. Like, he could have done anything with this money if he really wanted to help the people, and, you know, not get like vulnerable people getting exploited. I mean, yeah, there's always going to be people who want to play the games, but that's because they want to play the games, you know, and that's their problem. But anyone that's like getting exploited, like, he could have totally helped society out. Like, he definitely did it for, you know, some of his friends, moms, and then like guys. I mean, the North Korean girl's little brother, right? And like, yeah, like, hello, like, can't you see the bigger picture? Like, I don't know. Okay, since the picture is a little blurry, it's a bit tricky to see what's happening with the eyelash. And then sometimes, oh my god, come on now. I'm not texturing yet, but what the? Why isn't that playing? Oh, whoops. I'm still goosing, man. Still goosing. And then I put the roughness up, and then snow's more than specular, and then it's more of the flat kind of face. It's not accurate, obviously, but it's gonna give me like enough color to see if I'm on the right direction. That's more obvious. Right direction. Right. trust the cooking process, please, guys. I swear. I'm getting there. This is just super ultra rough idea, like, you know, like base color kind of thing going on. Yeah, base color is not always accurate, but it does give you an idea of what to do next. So and then I'll speculate. Sorry, sometimes I'm not looking at the chat, so I might be a bit slow at reacting to chat. Yeah, make a soup kitchen, rescue puppies, bruh. Find people like you and give them jobs. Exactly, that's what I mean. Make your own damn company. Use your brain, please, sir. Go to therapy. Yeah, his therapy was going after the games. Even the game makers are like, bruh, what the hell? Oh no, dude, the foreman was so funny. He's awesome. He was great. It's like I saw go to therapy when you can make elaborate death traps. Yeah. I guess that's you know, in Saw, that guy did that. Dude, but to be fair, I didn't watch the movie Saw, but the Saw series, but I know like some of the general people he brought in, and it's like, and it was ridiculous. Like some of them like were innocent people, and I like, why did you bring them in? Like some people like did not deserve this being in Jigsaw's whatever thingy, like, bruh. And then this is what I mean with the, what do you call it, I guess concave eyes for anime style. Just go like that, and then at center, and then it's obviously not perfect. I could always make the adjustments later. Why did I hit so why did I stretch it out like that? But let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go like this. Oops. This, and then let's go this, just a bit of an angle. You know, it doesn't like need to go all the way back here, but just enough. That's good enough. Something like that, and then so what's important is this, not the scalia. So usually anime styles usually have the concave eyes or scalia, and then the iris up in front like this. That's because usually, as you can see, it didn't really follow the eyeball to get that, but it's usually the anime eye is like, it just needs to do that. No more further explanations. I'm feeling a bit winded. I feel like I'm like doing a light jog here, guys, with my lungs. Okay, guys, I'm a little behind on the chat, so give me a moment. Sometimes my focus needs to be on one place before I go to another, you know. Let's see. Oh, so does only one guy get the money? Probably main character. I thought they might split it. Multiple people survive. Yes. So in the first season that happens, but actually even in the first season, in the first season, you know, everyone dies and he gets all the money, right? But in the second season, they give her a choice where even if everyone like for example 200 people are alive, they could split the money that they made so far and leave anytime, as long as there's 50% of the people voted yes, let's leave. And that's like a big thing in season 2, where you know, people want to stay, some people want to go, but you know, obviously people with the bigger debts and stuff, or more in a more delicate situation with money, they want to stay rather than go. And people who want to go are like, oh my god, I don't want to leave, dude, that is enough money. and it goes pretty crazy at the end over that. Let's see. Okay, the eye shape is looking alright. Let's see the lips. Okay, that's looking alright. Okay. Let's get the ears going. Ear. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, like this. You know what? Maybe I should stream more art. This is fun. I thought I would not be able to show my best work, but then, as I said, I need to take my own advice. Perfectionism. Yeah, that's the way. So even if it's not perfect right now, I can always make the adjustments later to make it more accurate. Even while texturing, sometimes I need to make small adjustments with the sculpting, or I mean, not the sculpting, the model itself. So it's like, sometimes giving it texture gives you a better idea of what to do next. So, right, give me a second. Let me see the chat again. Hi Shayla Kazoles. I hope I pronounced that right. But welcome. Thank you for joining. I think the eyelash is a wee bit straight on the top with a wee bit sharper inwards on the top corner. Yeah, don't worry. I'm still working on the eyelash. It's a little blurry, so I know it goes a bit sharper here, and then but I'll work on it, don't worry. And then for this part, I'm working on this part, but then the rest of them, I'm thinking about what I like to do for like eyelashes itself, like this one and this one. I would make it a separate mesh, because when you do the blinking blend shape, it's going to be a bit tricky if you added all that into the mesh of the eyelash, or the main eyelash itself. It'll make more sense. This explanation will make more sense once I do it, but I hope you know what I mean at the moment. But yeah, don't worry. I'll fix the eyelash. It's definitely not done. But still, I'm still cooking. Don't worry. But thanks for pointing it out. Man, I find it funny to look at my first models when I see the Miku head with poorly made MS Paint textures. Oh my god, dude, you reminded me of something. When I got started making V2 models, you know, obviously when I'm getting started, no clue what I'm doing. I'm like, huh? You know? So I used, I had no idea how to do the process at all. No weight painting, no texturing, no, nothing almost practically. I knew how to do extremely base. Wait, should I sculpt this? Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. The sculpt or not the sculpt? That is the question. Oh, and I like to make the ears separate from the model, because I usually add Proxy, data mesh Proxy to it, and that will mess up the shadows of the ear. So I just like to do that separate, and then just have this part. It'll make sense. I'll stream it. Don't worry. No. All the pieces will come together. I swear. Anyway, yeah. I used Vroid back in the day. Because I just need to know the workflow and how things worked. You know, how on avatars. And Vroid was a great way to understand, like, oh, this is how texturing is done. This is how this is how things are done. Interesting. Like, it gives you like the right amount of tools to like get a real good idea. And then I start to get into Blender, and I'm like, okay. And then learn everything on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, this is starting to make sense now. And then voila, here I am. You know, voila. Yeah, that's a TLDR on my journey. Sometimes when the reference is a little blurry, I just get something that has better. Okay, I need to really ask her for a bit more HD stuff. Don't worry, guys. I'm still cooking. It's not done yet. Okay. But yeah, my first models, not good. Actually, funny enough, That's also around the time I started to do TikTok too. So if you look back, like 2021, around that area, that's when I made my first sculpt of the head. And oh my god, I'm like looking at like, yeah, I could have done better. You know? But hey, you know, everyone starts somewhere, right? And that's good. If you can see that your first attempt was a bit ass, then that's good, because that means your eyes and, you know, your experience, it definitely shows that you improved, right? So it's okay, you know. If you know that you're, if you were like a god in the beginning, then it's like, it's like, what's the point? You know, I mean, not what's the point, but then it's like, I think you'll get a bit bummed out if you don't improve. You know what I mean? I would feel bummed out if I wasn't improving. You know what I mean? Maybe I should sculpt, because the ear is a little bit more harder to wrap around my head at the moment. Okay, wait, sorry. I am reading the chat now. I hope I finished my train of thought before. Anyway, oh, exciting. Hey, Mothic, thanks for joining in. Is there gonna be a time-lapse for this avatar eventually? Yes. I will make a time-lapse. I'll download this. Maybe in OBS I should have recorded this, but oh well. I'll download this, what do you call it? Stream, and then I'll you know, if I'm pausing too long, like reading chat and stuff, I'll edit that out. Sometimes I do that with my own speed modeling. Sometimes I like space out to like choose music and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, or I get distracted, and then it's like a whole like 30 minutes of nothing, and I'm like, oh, I was like spacing out, dude, and it's like, oh yeah. But anyway, there will be a speed modeling process of the entire thing, so don't worry. Barely model a snake. Don't worry, dude. You will improve, and then I think you just have to have the love of the game. I don't know how else to explain it. Because just model whatever you want to model. So if you want to model, instead of people, if you like modeling animals, for example, just go for it. Like make like 100 snakes. Who gives a shit? And that, if you know how to model one thing, that modeling skill definitely transfers over to another thing. So even though you might feel like even though you know how to professionally model snakes, you might not know how to professionally model a human body, and then all you're missing is just human anatomy knowledge, you know. And then once you learn that, and then you know, you can apply that snake modeling skills into human modeling skills, and then there you go. Like it's all connected. So yeah. Oh, you know what? You're right. Everyone looks a bit odd without eyebrows, no matter what, huh? Yeah, I really should add the eyebrows now. You're right. You're right. I see how it is. No, I'm just joking. Okay. Oh, for a second there, I got scared that I moved my... Oh no. No, it can't be. I didn't move my main reference, right? Oh, thank God. Sometimes I named it wrong, and I'm like, oh. And then whoops, I duplicate. Thank you, Blender. Thank you for making me look like a silly goose. Okay, then duplicate as close as possible, and then separate that model, and then let's see the eyebrows. Okay. Wait, I should have. What am I doing? It's just a pretty good eyebrow reference. So I should bring it a bit closer. Okay. Yeah, I'll add the eyebrows. That'll make more sense. Let's see. Okay. But yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. Model what you feel passionate about. Like literally just focus on what you're passionate about, and then the rest will follow, you know? And then once you feel like, oh, I'm starting to get bored of modeling snakes, I think that's the time to like try something new. Let's model a dog. I don't know, whatever you're feeling up next. But then you start to learn anatomy of dog, and then and then they're all connected. Like next is wolf. Like, you know, then you can apply that knowledge and skill into making a wolf. It's not so different. And then onto human. You know, I don't know. It's up to you. That's why I'm sus of old man. Everyone else is there because they're needed money, and the guy's like, I'm dying. Can I play? Like, exception for me, because everyone is different. You know, I wouldn't feel sus either, in my opinion, if I was in the game. I would have been like, oh, this guy. I mean, everyone has their own reasons. You know, some people just play for the love of the game. This reference is not perfect for eyebrow. So let's bring that up front. Oh, it's too dark. Oh. Okay. I tend to eyeball it. I hope the volume's alright, guys. I always like to double check since streaming. Yeah. Hey, Gnome Tank, thanks for joining. So all kinds of people out there. Yeah, all kinds of people out there. Oh yeah, I forgot they voted to leave at one point, and they said they'll split among the dead or something like that. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, at one point they do vote to leave, and then, you know, their circumstances are just so not good that they just, you know, this is why the main character, for like people like that, like, he should have helped. Like, if it took you 2 years to find a damn island, you could have helped people during that time. Oh, I don't know. No. Don't be sorry for yapping too much. I'm glad you're yapping, you know? Thank you. Thank you for yapping. I hope I'm yapping enough, actually. Sometimes I feel like I was worried that I was gonna be quiet as a mouse while I'm streaming, but I'm surprised at how much I'm yapping, you know? I'm surprising myself and yapping. Yapology. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Okay, her eyebrows are down, but I don't want to make it look like she's worried, you know? If I angle it too differently. Do you see it? Do you see it coming into shape? Do you see it? I swear, it's coming together. It's all coming together. I swear. Okay, let's see. I think. Okay. And then, Blender, please work with me. Don't embarrass me. Okay, these are obviously not the textures, but you know, this is just to get the main idea going. So, with the textures, it's gonna make everything really obvious on what I'm missing and stuff like that. It's getting there. I swear, guys. I swear. Okay, time to check. Sorry, I gotta check. I get so focused on modeling. That's what I get worried about. Like, I get so focused on modeling that I forget about you. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't forgot about you guys. I swear. I swear. Catch me a break. As you can see, you can see a bit of the eyelash to the side. Oh yeah, that is way too flat. Well, let's rotate that. Stretch it out a bit. Let's see how it looks. It's like, Sometimes when I'll texture, I'll adjust it to make it seem more right. But right now, it seems, you know, it's getting there. It's getting there. I swear. Watching the process in real time is so useful. Really? Oh, thanks. I hope so. Oh, mom spaghetti, you know what I'm saying? I was worried that I'll get really nervous and then make mistakes and like forget my whole workflow and then feel like, oh, I swear I know how to model, guys, I swear. But then I guess I'm like going in and out of the zone. Yeah, and then it's like, you know, and everyone's so friendly. And it's like, thanks for being understanding. Gosh, my first model was trash. So worth it though. Yeah, first models are always, you know, yeah, first models is first model. What can I say? And then don't be so hard on yourself at first, but then you definitely improve. And I'm telling you, like, it's better to see big improvement, like more satisfying than if it's like, if you're just, you know, if the improvement process is just flat, then it's like depressing in my opinion. And then if you're already at 100, and then how are you gonna improve from 100? You know, it's like. Do I need subdivision? Yes. The answer is yes. Should I make the eye black? You know what? That's a question for another time, which is a few minutes later probably. Once I refresh my brain on that idea. To do the body today or later? That is the question. Wow, 4 hours streaming. Incorrect. Let's see. What is data mesh proxy? Like custom normals? Yeah, actually, you know what? I think I can show you now. Let me duplicate the face and wait a second, what is this? Oh, eyebrows. So let me show you a quick idea of what Proxy does. You know how anime face is, you know, like that sharp nose in the middle, and then and then you see how the shadows are right now, like on the face. It's like, since this style is more realistic, it makes sense. But in anime style, there's like that nose, super sharp, stylized nose in the middle, and then it can look a little, how do I say, little. I guess the shadows will look not as good. That's how I can explain it. With the anime, just like edit as is. So let me show you what I mean. Let me see. Add spear. Sometimes I just like to use a spear. Let's see, and then add some subdivision to it. So it's like smooth as possible. And then call this Proxy. It's on YouTube too. I learned it from YouTube, and also Mao helped me out because there was this one part I was not, for some reason it wasn't working, and then but turns out it was just oh no, whoops, no, okay. So you have your Proxy mesh right here, and then okay, let's say I finished up the face, and I'll do the Proxy practically the last step, since it makes sure ARKit lag if you try to test it in Blender, and also, oh wait, did I? Okay, wait. Give me a second. And there's a lot of things happening at the same time. I like to capitalize the object that is like, you know, the main one. Anyway, let's see. Okay, I'll duplicate this face to just show us a Proxy example. So let's get that, and then apply the modifier, and then let's say I got everything done, textures, blah blah blah. You could do it earlier, but I highly do not recommend that, because you want the ARKit and any kind of shape keys done before you do this step. And then so let's say I got all the ARKits done, blinking, blah 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 blah, right? And then source is gonna be Proxy, the spear I made, this one, right? And then face corner data, custom normals, nearest corner and best matching face normal, and then nothing happened, right? That's because that's what I had problems before. You press auto smooth, and as you can see, everything, all the shadows are pretty much following the spear. So if you make adjustments to the spear, you can change up the shadow of the face too. I think because yeah, so if I want sharper, for example, sharper on the nose-ish area. I mean, you gotta like play around with it because it's not perfect, but until you just do it until it looks right. Like, see, like it's kind of janky, so you just wanna play around with it, and then yeah. For example, let's say we got everything smooth, but see, as you can see, like anime style would it'll be like really good for anime style. So if you know, right now I'm just showing you as an example, so it's a little janky at the moment, but I would apply this super end when I'm like literally exporting with FBX. And just to let you know, for example, let's say I have these shape keys happening, right? Blah blah blah, AR kit, blah blah blah. Make sure you click on bases. Oh my god, number one, make sure you click on bases before you apply data. Oh, where are you? Before you apply data transfer, because if you don't and you accidentally have the shape key, what the, oh, did I accidentally, okay, like for example, if you had this and then you apply the shape, the data transfer, and you export FBX, you might notice, like for example, like if you're doing like blinks, okay, this is gonna look, oh my god, this is gonna look as, but for example, let's say you had blink for this whatever, right? And then you apply, and even though it's like off, and then you apply data transfer, then if you go to Unity and you put the FBX, you know, just to export for whatever program you're using, you might notice like the neutral, it's gonna be like this as neutral, right? So that's why you want to have bases. Bases is going to be ultra neutral, so as your base, and then apply the data transfer. I hope this is all making sense. So, but then I don't really recommend data transfer while you work because it's going to make your computer lag. At least it does for mine, especially when you're trying to test ARKit as well. So yeah, so don't do data transfer just yet. So that's what Proxy is at the moment. So yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm like, I need to catch up on chat again. But yeah, it's pretty much custom normals. You can even do it on the body too if you need it. But usually I don't do it on the body because, you know, the body doesn't really need like that much stylization because the body is like usually follows like realistic kind of body-ish thing unless you really need it. But also be careful because if you're using like matte caps, it's gonna change the matte caps, so you want to like separate that object first, apply the data transfer, and then combine that object together with the data transfer. And also, I'll just tell you this, also make sure to combine, duplicate, oh my god, always remember to save a copy of your face or whatever thing you're doing before you apply the mod, because in case something goes wrong applying the data mesh, you forgot to, you know, go to bases before applying that data mesh, then you have something to fall back on, and then like, you know, and then adjust from there. But or in the future you have different expressions or whatever, you know, you have the mesh before the mod was applied. So yeah. It's hardest part only. I appreciate how simple and unique Moon's design is. Yeah, Moon's design is awesome. Like, it's so clean, and I love the tail, especially the tail. And her alternate look is so cool. Can't wait to get it done, especially the hat. I'm excited for the hat. Yippee! Okay guys, I'm still catching up on chat. Oh yeah, I can make a whole anime girl and it doesn't look like a eldritch abomination. I feel this. When I look at the face proportions I did in my first models, I'm like, oh my god, why did I do that? But you know what? I'm just being hard on myself. Why am I doing that? Like, chill out. Like, each time you're getting better. Getting better, getting stronger, getting faster. I've been trying to get better at modeling hair. I think I would have gotten pretty good with it. For hair, Yan Sculpt is pretty good to get that, in my opinion. I always use that technique. It depends on the hair. I'll tell you this. It depends on the hair. For like, because I say that because you know how like anime hair, like sometimes they're like stylized to be kind of combined. It really depends on how it's structured, like the hair. For like this hair, let me think. Yeah, I'll probably have to combine a lot, like this back of the hair. I'll probably have to do it as one mesh, and then add the strands to it later. I'll do it all on stream, so you'll see how I do my process of hair. But it depends on the style too. And the great thing is that even if you do like each strand of hair, and then you can use the proxy, literally make like kind of like a proxy like this, for example, and then it will follow all the shadow data from that proxy. You know what I mean? Like you know how like it was following that circle? That's what I mean. Like you can change up your proxy like this, and then all that shading will copy to the hair. And I've seen some people do that with the hair too, because sometimes they use curves with hair, and then that works out great. And then they use shade, and then when you use shading, like it doesn't really follow like the anime look sometimes, or the look they're going for. So they use proxy on the hair, and then it's like nice and smooth, kind of like shadows. You know what I mean? But depends on the look and what you're going for. Oh my god, my throat. Yeah, sometimes you guys zonk out and staring at one spot for 20 minutes. Yeah, that's what I do. That's why I find sometimes that's why I gotta like edit my spacing out moments. Alright, and then I don't know why Blender does this, but sometimes I notice like this tool gives you more polygons, right? But then smooth doesn't really give you new polygons, so I gotta like apply it to like deform it a bit, and then smooth. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like a Blender thing, but it works good for me. That's why I don't really rely on sculpting super much. Okay, let's see. Do you find yourself stepping away from your work a lot, or are you able to maintain focus for a few hours at a time? It depends. It depends. Let's see. Sometimes I do feel laser focused and I'm just really into it, but usually this is probably bad, but I have TikTok literally on the side, and then I just like scroll through TikTok, and I also model at the same time, and also sometimes if I have to listen to music at the same time, and I find like that's the best way to focus for me. Don't ask me why, but that's how I get laser focused sometimes, because sometimes I don't know, my mind drifts away sometimes, and then yeah, I don't know. That's how I focus. I still gotta model my persona, dude. It's not exactly a persona, but I also have like a dragon form, and I modeled the head a little bit, but it's still a long way to go. I'll tell you that. And but number one focus for me right now is finishing up my comms. Yeah. Like I was just noting how empty the face looks without the eyebrows. Yeah, without the eyebrows and eyelash, it doesn't have that face, you know, face feeling. But yeah, that's why I make the ears separate from the face, so the shadows of the ears don't get messed up, or shading of the ears get messed up with the the ears are way back, something like this. Okay. Shading of the face doesn't mess up the ears. You know what I mean? And also, in case like you want to change the ears into like human ears, for example, in the future, you have that choice too. You know, it's like easy to mix and match whatever you want. I'm trying to make a snake for the next Lunar New Year. Oh, that's cute. That's nice. Is there a stream delay? I really hope not. Alright. I'm just reading the chat really slow. Sorry, I'm like going off tangent, and also, I'm finding it hard to focus, while I stream. So I swear I am reading the chat. I promise. But just in my pace. Let's just say that my pace. Oh yeah. I did notice that when I applied some principles I used for modeling anime made my horse look more well done. So yes, techniques. Oh yeah. Techniques definitely transfer. If you know how to model one thing, the next modeling thing that you're trying to model is gonna be much easier. Where's that ear reference I needed? Where are you? Here you go. Okay. Sorry if I'm like not talking sometimes. Just know that that's when I'm in my lock-in mode. So don't worry, I'll get to your chat. I'm a slow pokey, and I'm still getting used to streaming. I'm not exactly the biggest or greatest streamer, but I'll get there. Don't worry. Palm sweaty, mom spaghetti, you know. Sometimes I just sometimes need to focus a little bit, because it's hard to juggle. But I'll get there. Don't worry. And anyone joining, welcome. What was the trickiest character to model, and what was the easiest? There's some models I didn't put in my portfolio, but I think it has to be my first VR chat model I made as a commission. It was ultra simple, but yeah, I mean, I can't explain it any further, but how do I explain it? It was a very simple style to finish, to model, and then my hardest, I think the hardest is the one I'm working on now. The client didn't want me to say her name, but you know, she allowed me to post whips of it. It's the one with the brown and pink hair. I think if you saw it on Twitter, and she allowed me to post whips of it, but not mention her name. So you know, but yeah, that's my hardest one. Because oh my god, the hair. Actually, funny story about the hair. So I work with Kirida, you know, that free drawing program, to sometimes help with like more of the technical harder stuff, because sometimes Blender can be a bit limiting with its texture modeling. Wait a second, the ear, let me see. Okay, I need to be a bit deeper in this. Okay, don't worry, the sculpt is definitely not perfect. It's just I just need a base to do the retopology, and this helps me get an idea before I do that retopology. But okay. What was I thinking about that? Oh, and then and then I accidentally saved it wrong, and I was like halfway done with the hair. And yeah, and it was unsalvageable, so I had to pretty much start the texture over again for the hair, and I thought I was like, oh my god, why did I do this to myself? But you know, as I said before, I've done it before and I can do it again, so I just took a little break and then went back at it, you know. Moping and doping is not moping, doping. Moping and being sad about it is not gonna, you know, dropped ice cream is, you know, you can cry about it, or I don't know, get another one. I forgot the expression, get another one. It's not get another one, but you know, something like that. But yeah, just, you know, I've done it before. You can do it again, as I said. So I just did it again, and I feel like I did improve. There was some hindsight stuff. And you know what? It's like practice. You think of it as like practice. Like, hey, you know what? I can get more hair practice. Why not? Okay, the ear or something like that. I mean, these are elf ears, so they're not gonna be like human accurate, but I want it to be Vtuber accurate to the reference. Oh, I know that's wobbly, but I'm just here to get the... This is like, as I said before, sketchy line art stage. Something like that. And then, as I did to the face, I'll fix it. Okay. Okay, think eyebrows and reuse the same horse model with Pegasus unicorns. Different breeds. So let's try again. Okay, you guys said, oh my god, but not sure what that's a reference to. And part of my stream, maybe it's the custom proxy normals I was talking about. I don't know. It's been okay. Sorry guys, I'm like trying to catch up with the stream. I didn't expect this many people to watch my stream, to be honest. I didn't even like advertise this stream on Twitter or whatever. So I'm absolutely shocked that this many people are joining my stream. So thanks for joining, and I'm sorry if I'm really slow at talking to stream. It's hard to focus, but I hope with more practice I'll get better with the mystery vertex. I don't know why I did that. But let's get the ears done. Huh? Who are you? You know what? I'll figure it out later. Where is it? Here, and then this here, and then... Okay. Okay, it's a really fun add-on for custom normals too. Call it abnormal, I think. Interesting. I'll look into that later. Jeez, models like Guilty Gear. Oh, Guilty Gear is on a whole league of its own. It's insane. I was like, huh? Blown my mind, dude. Also, remember, retopology is really important, as you can see with Guilty Gear. From what I remember, the way they did their mouth is an interesting way to do the mouth. It's not, that's what I mean when I always say, like, it depends, because if it works with what you're trying to do, then, you know, even if it's not, like, I guess, like, conventional, right? But if it works with what you need, then that's the answer, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's gear, see how everyone does hair differently. So blending the body, blending fur to a body. Yeah, there was someone who, if you go on YouTube, there's someone that uses, they have like a yellow dragon avatar, but they go into how they do their proxy, is it proxies? I can't remember if it's the same name for it, but like how they kind of like, you know how like they have their fur in another mesh, and then how they blend it into the body naturally, you know what I mean? So yeah, guys, I hope my mic is alright, you know. Okay, finally, I'm near the end of the chat. Alright, let's see, blending for the body. Oh yeah, for bless your PC for not exploding with that many. Yeah, surprise. Yeah, I invested in a better PC to just for like making art reasons, so it can it's not like a crazy tank, but it will do the job, you know, because that's what it's literally made for. I love this knife tool. I know the retopology of the ear is super janky, but I'll fix it, don't worry guys. Oh yeah, yeah, and so check out their they just like weight paint, but I don't think I think I need to play around with it a bit more to understand. I haven't got it to work yet with the weight paint. I think I was getting a little confused, but then you know, sometimes if you give it time, if you don't understand something, sometimes if you give it time and then like come back to it, then you know, it'll start to make sense for some reason. Like maybe your brain is not ready for the information yet, and then you're like, wait, it wasn't as bad as I thought before, you know. So give yourself a break or something, you know. Oh, no wonder why it's looking a little janky. Yeah, it will make sense. Oh yeah. Also, if you're interested in normals, but not really crazy about baking, since you know you're working on stylized stuff. But for example, let's say, I'll give you one example. Okay, a little tangent here, but let's say this is what I did for one of my commissions too. So let's say you're working on boots, right? Let's say this is like, you know, where it has belts around the legs. So you do shade smooth, right? And then shade smooth. And then, you know, when you're doing retopology, let's say there was a belt right here, right? And then, but then, let's see. Oh, the shading doesn't seem right? Like everything is a bit too smooth. So what you do is, but then it works with the retopology and it's optimized and whatever, right? But then all you're missing, instead of just doing proxy for that, use sharps. Come on now. So this is what I mean. Pull edge and then pick out all the edges yeah, pick out the edges that you want to, you know, like stick out, right? So you don't have to make this a separate mesh. That's what I'm trying to say. Go to edge, mark sharp. So they're blue now, right? And you're like, oh, that did nothing. Go to normals, auto smooth, and there you go. Now you have smooth on whatever retopology you're doing, and also sharpness on the edge of the belt. For example, let's say this is a belt. And you don't have to make these two separate objects to make this similar look. It will be one object and also combined together. I hope this is all making sense, you know what I'm saying? But so like for example, I might use that sharp on let's see. I remember thinking about this before. Like maybe at the edges of these highlights. Maybe I don't know. Oh, like edge of the shoes, for example. You know, mark sharp would be perfect for that. And then if you notice that some of the angles are not working right, then you know, change the smoothness of the angle. And if you notice for some reason you press this and then this is gray and it's not affecting anything, go to geometry data and then I believe, oh my god, my brain, clear, I think it was clear sculpt mask data. I think it was that one, and then you'll be able to do auto smooth. You know what I mean? So yeah, just a little food for thought or whatever you call it, little tip, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Oh yeah, Kai the art. Sorry, the name is not popping up, but that's probably right. Yes. I adopted your method of hopping around the project to do different things depending on what's calling most to me. Worked pretty well so far. Yeah, I mean, I think that sometimes I feel like if I model too long, I get a little tired of it. So sometimes I just, like, if something is 100% done, like let's say I finished the face, but I'm not done with the body yet, but I'm feeling a little fatigued from doing the body. I'll just jump into the texturing the face. You know what I mean? Because I know it's gonna be on a different material, because it's for technical toggle reasons, but that's why I do it on a different material. But you could do it on the same material too, and then just save room for the body. It depends on what you're doing, you know. But or depends on how you want to make things. But yeah, I mean, just jump for it, you know. And then if you don't like it anymore, then just sometimes I would just jump on Kirida and then just literally move the textures around and then align the UV islands again so I have more space if I want to add something to that material image. I'm using Blender 4.1 now, and the auto shade feature is really good at about marking the sharps as well. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but in case you wanna, you know, for, I don't know, like the edge of this hat, I would use mark sharp on that for sure, so that edge of the hat will be separate from this brim of the hat, you know, the brim. Oh yeah, and if you wanna zoom in and you don't want to like manually zoom in like this, just, I know it's strange, but then in the number pad, if your if your keyboard has it, in the number pad, I press delete or number pad period. I don't know, it's called delete in my keypad. Okay, and it like zooms in literally like this. Even if you just press a vertex, it zooms in that specific vertex. So in case you need to know, just letting you know, guys. I also might make the ears wiggle for the hair kit to be more expressive. I don't know. Thinking about it. Sorry, I'm taking a million years on the ears now. No more tangents. No more yapping. Unless you have a question about something, I'll try my best to answer it. But I hope it's not too boring or whatever. But I guess it's time to lock in. But I'm excited. I'm so glad I decided to jump the shark and am I using jump the shark, right? But jump the shark to whatever, to just stream something from scratch, you know? I was a bit nervous doing that. I don't really have a number pad anymore, damn. Yeah, I decided to get a keyboard with a number pad because I knew that if I had to do toggles in the future, usually sometimes the clients want like a lot of toggles, and I'm like, oh, I need the number pad too. So I'm like, made sure to get I don't know what's happening here. Blender being Blender, I guess. But yeah, if it needed the I need more buttons for all the toggles. I need to test out and see if it works or not. Make sure I get all the toggles going. Number pad's cool. I love you, number pad. And getting a mechanical keyboard. I never had one, but then I'm like, you know what? I always been looking into it. And the little clacky things. Fun. Maybe I should make a ASMR. I don't know. ASMR stream? Thanks for the luck. I'll need it. And then I don't know if that means you're leaving, but if you are leaving, then thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it. Okay, and then around the ears. Sometimes each ear is a bit different, so sometimes you just have to figure it out as you go. But I'm not super ultra. I know the ear retopology is a bit janky, but trust the process. Trust the process. But also, I'm also considering just filling it in because it does save on retopology, but I don't know. Let me think about this. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do the back of the ears while I think about it. ASMR modeling sounds, no speaking? Oh my god, you want me to shut up? Okay, I see how it is. Little tear. I finished video editing. I'm gonna chill now. Oh yeah, nice. What did you video edit? Any speed modeling? No, yapping is fun. You know what? You're right. Yapping is fun. I'm not exactly a professional yapper, but maybe someday. Fraser, yeah. Made a YouTube short for a Vtuber client. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Man, I gotta keep up with shorts. I mean, I make TikToks, but then I gotta like change the music because it's gonna get me in trouble with YouTube because it's copyright music. But it's trendy music, so it's a bit sad. I can't use it. Okay, I'm gonna change the angle of the ear once I finish with the song sounds a bit like Final Fantasy a little bit. I download random songs from Epidemic Sounds, so not sponsored, but whatever. I literally hear the song for like 5 seconds and then, or like literally 2 seconds even. And I'm like, oh, that sounds good, and then I just download it, and then just here I am using it. I like to post modeling videos like you at some point. Oh yeah, do it. I was intimidated at first, but then just go for it, dude. Like you know, I'm just like, what's stopping me, dude? And then just do it, and you're like, oh, it's not as bad as I thought. But then, the files are like hours long. That's the downside. It's like hours long, and then you're like, oh, I gotta edit all this. It's not too bad actually. I don't know what program you use to video edit, but I recommend DaVinci because it's free. It's free. Oh yeah, another tip. Sorry, going off on a little tangent here, but it'll be useful, I swear. Okay, let's say this was your face, right? And then, let's bring the wireframe back. Oops. Bring back. Okay. And then let's say, you know, you had some uneven stuff happening, you know, like that, right? And then you're like, I want to smooth this out, but I don't want to change the main form. You know how in smoothing, where is it? You have to directly click on smoothing, okay? Click on smoothing to change the settings of smoothing. If you do Laxian, oh my god, I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's gonna do that normal stuff, right? It's gonna change, smooth it that it changed the shape. But if you don't want that happening, go into surface instead, and then it's gonna smooth it while keeping your shape, general shape. Anyway, little tip. Maybe I should post that tip on Twitter. You know? Oh yeah. There's a free one. I used to use Premiere back when I had that little student, you know, when I was a little student discount. But now I got that DaVinci, and it's free. It does all your basic needs. Unless you like a crazy editing stuff, then maybe you need the paid advanced stuff. But I never really had to use anything crazy for speed modeling stuff, so I just use the basic free stuff. I really have no clue what's happening there, but it sometimes does that, like extremely rare. But whatever. I hope. I'll just delete it later. Oh yeah, smoothing, huh? I remember when I was like, when I was doing my retopology, I was driving me nuts when the smoothing was smoothing too much, and then it's like, oh, I could do that. Oh, what do you know? I'm becoming too powerful. Yeah. Okay. The ear. I feel like the ear is taking me longer than the face. I mean, too much yapping going on. Okay. I feel like it's hard to advertise myself as a 3D modeler who doesn't make tutorials. Yeah, I feel like you do get more. It depends. I think you need to do a mix of both, where you do a little tips and tricks here and there, but then also it never hurts to just post your stuff, you know, like you never know who's watching, honestly. And even if they don't say stuff like comment stuff, they just, and they could be just silently supporting you. You never know. Sometimes I'm surprised, and then it's like, oh dang, you know. But keep going at it, you know. You never know until you try, right? So just keep going for it. It's like fishing, right? You're trying to catch big fish. You wouldn't just cast once and then that'll be the end of it, right? You know that's not how you catch a lot of fish. You need to keep trying. Maybe that part of the lake doesn't have enough fish, or maybe the fish moved on, so maybe try a different angle, like literally, like maybe you need a different perspective and move somewhere else a little bit. Try something a little out of your box or whatever. But you know, you gotta keep casting, and then you're like, wait, I never thought of that before. And then, or oh, this experience isn't so bad, like how I'm streaming right now, you know. And then I didn't expect this many people to come, even though I didn't advertise the stream. So I mean, you never know until you try, right? Or get over your fears. So just try it out, dude. And even if you make a mistake, hey, like, who doesn't make a mistake? Like, you're stumbling along the way. I'm stumbling along the way. We're all stumbling along the way. I mean, no one's like a god in the first try, so keep casting your line, man. I'm mostly just at the point where I want to do this full time, but I'm pretty slow. I've made my model over 1.5 years. The next one's 5 months. Okay, your next one was much faster than before. I mean, like, you learned a lot from then, right? And then you just get better and better. And listen, like, everyone has a different pace, right? I'll personally, like, I would like to get better at ZBrush, but my pace is a bit slow. But you know, then just and I just keep trying, you know, as I said, like just keep casting your cast, and then you never know what's gonna happen, you know. Just keep modeling, you will get faster. I mean, as you said, like you did get faster on it, you know, modeling. Everyone has different paces, and that's okay, you know. You got this, man. That's what hurts, and I'm looking forward to it. Oh yeah, that's good to be looking forward to it. You know, you gotta love your process. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're still learning. I'm still learning, and you know, if you know that you have to improve on something, that's good, because you know what to do next. You know, sometimes I feel like sometimes being stuck can be even a trickier sensation because you don't know what to do next, you know, or how to improve. So sometimes, yeah, I've seen you on Discord, on our Discord groups for 3D. You know, just post your stuff out there and ask if any what do you call it, critique. Yeah, critique. Because critiques are extremely helpful, especially from people who are much better than you. And I post some of my stuff to Discord groups, where their skill level is very good, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta improve on that. I gotta improve on that. I gotta improve on that. Okay, interesting. And then I go on ArtStation and see all the artists who are better than me, and then I try to observe how they do their process, and then you're like, that's what I'm missing, you know. You can learn a lot from ArtStation, especially. I learned a lot from ArtStation. Any groups you recommend? Golly, the names are eluding me at the moment. But the one I like is the 3D art group by Axie Lotus. Wait, sorry. Let me just double check. So, I don't have my own Discord group yet, but let's see. There's one called 3D Artists Community, which is great. I also am in the Vertex Academy. A lot of industry veterans in there. And you know, like, and then I have a few groups, but I'm more active on those, like those 3-4, and also join like Vinyan Discord group. What do you call it? But yeah, I joined a couple. Sorry, the names are not popping up at the moment, but getting some feedback, and especially looking at ArtStation work. Like, oh man, ArtStation work, they blow you out of the water. I'm like, I gotta keep up, you know. But that's good. That's like another mile. If they can do it, then you can do it too, you know. Like, you gotta see it like that, because it's possible. That just shows that it's possible, right? So you just go for it. I hope I'm not like being a downer or whatever, but yeah. Hey, Zombie Stevie, thanks for joining. I appreciate that the 3D modeling community overall feels very positive and optimistic, always sharing tips and encouraging others versus doing toxic comparisons. Oh yeah, I think because 3D, there's a lot of stuff like we want to learn, and then we exchange all this like info, and then you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased because I'm in the in a pretty nice groups. Everyone is very kind and understanding. So okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep this inside part flat. Is it sacrilegious? Maybe, but sometimes I like to do that because the pictures itself are gonna make this work. You know what I mean? And also saves power, especially saves power. I joined ArtStation because I was feeling super confident and then realized exactly how amateurish I am, well, but in a good way, not in a discouraging way. Oh, yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, like, I feel like I'm getting good. That's exactly how I felt. I'm like, oh, I'm getting good. And then you see ArtStation, you're like, whoa, wow, alright. That's what I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up. And that's what it is. You just gotta catch up. That's it. But but that just shows you that it's possible to have skill like that, you know? You just have to be patient with yourself and you catch up. It's like learning, I don't know. It's like learning math, I guess. Like sometimes you just don't get it at that moment, and then later on, after doing a few practice problems, you're like, oh, okay. You know, like if someone's done it before, you can do it too. Especially when it comes to like learning. Don't underestimate yourself. You'll surprise yourself. Just give yourself some patience and some time. Now that I think about it, I think I should have ate something before I did this stream. Didn't expect myself to do this stream this long. I didn't expect myself to yap this long either. I think this is the longest time I yapped. Oh. Let me see, how long did I stream? 3 hours? Goodness me. And there will always be someone who's better, more experienced than you, and that's okay. Oh, yeah, obviously. I think it's better that way because you can learn from people who are much better than you, you know? And there's no shame in that, because, I mean, what's wrong, honestly? Like, I mean, it's like a circle, you know? It's like, oh man, they're better than me, but then you're also better than someone else, and you know, like, it's like a vicious circle or vicious line. I don't know. What shape is this? A squiggle, I guess? I don't know. But you know what I mean. But we'll all reach it there, you know? You just have to believe in your process. Should I make it full? No, I should make it a triangle. I already did I applied the shrink wrap? Oh yeah, I did. Memory lasts. Cycle. Yes, cycle. That sounds about right, actually. Thanks for joining in on Corn. I appreciate it for staying so long. But yeah, if I stream next time again, I hope you join. And maybe next time I'll do a better job at announcing it. And maybe I should have a set schedule so it's more obvious when I'll stream too. Because sometimes, not to give pressure on myself, it's just better to stream randomly, so you know, you don't feel like anxiety or whatever. From the side view, it looked a little down, but it's a little up here, so just do a smidgen down. I mean, I can just change it again in the future, so it's not a big deal. But let's Let's bring the face back. And then it looks separate, obviously, but since it's different meshes. But if you texture it just right, then it can blend together, and then it'll be alright. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should do the body next stream, since it's gonna take some time to do body too. Don't worry, I know the eyelashes are not accurate at all. I'll get back on that. Don't worry, I'll return to the face. Sometimes just working on other things can help you understand what's not quite proportionate, or I guess like wrong, or I don't know, that you didn't catch before. You know what I mean? Let's see. Oh, I don't like doing the inside lip part, you know, like where it connects. That's always a janky pain. But it is needed. Now, I don't like it when I use smooth and then like the clipping doesn't work. Why? Face looks very stunning. Oh, thanks. I mean the drawing, yes. The model will catch up. I promise. The model will catch up too. Alright, it's time for me to hop off. Great chat and good work today. Oh, thanks. And thanks for joining. I know it was last minute, but I appreciate it. Thanks for joining. I could work on a little bit of the hair. So just like, I might do like a blackout, but you know what? I think I might do that next time. No, I messed up my crease on the lips. Okay. Can we do that? Not my favorite part. What the heck? Oh. Huh? Why was that separate? Okay. I think I accidentally ripped the vertex. I do not want to smooth that edge of the lips too much, or else it's gonna mess up the hard work I did on the edge of the lips. You want to like kind of have it close like that, because when you open the mouth, I think the triangles will be alright in the lips. I didn't have this many triangles in the lips before on other models, but it will work out, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, I think the cheeks are working fine. But as I texture, I could change it because I'm like, wait, I didn't notice it before in texture. No. Okay. Wait, I feel like it sticks out a bit more. It's kind of following. Okay. Oh! Blender just crashed on me! No! Oh no, 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 no. Oh, okay, thank God. Oh my God, no! What happened? Oh no! Blender, why must you torment me so? Uh-oh. Oh no! Because of the clipping! Oh, okay. You know what? That's okay. Even though this part is not accurate to the new stuff. Time to do a little surgery. Oh man, it meant... Whatever. 80s, what 80s? I think that part of it messed up, right? So, let me just... It's my main face. Why? Why must you torture me, Thunder? Ah! Wait. Oh yeah. I think I accidentally had my proportional editing still activated while I was getting that clipping, the mirror mod together. Oh my God, but it's so annoying. Why did I do that? When it had to crash, right? Oh my God, it kills me inside. Let me see, where did it go? Okay. Oh, name. Ah. Welcome to my world. Okay, before something goes wrong and I delete the back of it, let me just get the back hidden. Okay, and that's okay. Okay. Whoa, wait, let me just my mic. Alright. Tears running down my face. Whatever. Why, Blunder? Things were running too smoothly, huh? Crash out. I gotta crash out on the stream. Oh, bon voyage, that part of the face. Okay. Okay, I gotta do those adjustments again. But dang, didn't expect to crash. I mean, it's basic at the moment. I'm not like going crazy with the vertex. I mean, the poly count or anything. Like I'm not like in edit mode with my sculpt. Like, huh? Why did it do that? That was bizarre. Okay, wait a second. Okay. Another tip, just to let you know. Let's say you're trying to merge two vertexes together, right? Like you wanna together, right? So what you do is you first on the first thing mesh you wanna combine with the second one, you select the edges first. Okay, go to the next mesh that you wanna connect. Select that edge that you wanna, connect with. Okay, and now make sure the mods are the same. So mirror. Okay, and then join. Right, it's not merged yet at the vertex. Right click, merge vertices by distance. Removed only 6, right? Because I did adjustments before things got messed up and crashed. So merge by distance, and then it'll start to see like at the chin. And there you go. Oh, at the lips. Wait. Okay. I think I need to do this by sections. Merge by distance. Let's go back to 0.1. Oh, Blender. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Even that much? Come on now, Blender. You're embarrassing me. Let's go with 3. Okay, see, it's removing more vertex. But once, okay, yeah, I made changes to the lips. That's why it's not perfect. I might have to do this manually because the meshes, some parts are too close to each other, but that's fine. Whatever. I'm cool with that, right, guys? Oopa. Sometimes I vertex snap some spots. Oh. Actually, I never used vertex snap before. Am I doing this right? Because I never used vertex snap before, but I know of it, but I never used it. Vertex. Please tell me I'm using this right. Save my life! Don't look, guys! It's embarrassing. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I swear. Avert your eyes. Oops. Okay, I think these are those. Those are connected. Not have to worry about that later. Each time I do this, a piece of my soul disappears into oblivion. Oh, thank you. Of course, the Retopology is different on the left. I love redoing things. It makes me feel alive. And yes, this is how I feel. Thank you, live. Thank you, live. Almost there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, you know? What mistake? Oh my god, why did the face move like that? Oh. Let's save this Blender file. Because you never know what's gonna happen. As you saw, it crashed and then I crashed. Okay. Everything is cool. Duplicate the face. Alright. I think... Okay, you know what? I'll do the tiny adjustments to the face. Oh! I didn't... I was like, where's all my... Sometimes, I mean, I love proportional editing. So good for ARKit especially. Sometimes it's a curse too if you forget to turn it off. Because it'll ruin other aspects of the model. What the? I didn't do inside of the nose. Or, I mean, select it. Thank you, life. I love you. Wait, that reminds me. I need to do the inside of the nose was wrong from the reference. Momental, please. Okay. It's like the I'm not sure. Is this not? This is not the bridge of the nose, but that nose is a bit deeper. But then again, no. It's gonna be something like this, right? Once I get started with texturing, I'll start to. There's some proportions that I'll like adjust better. You know? Oh, this notes. Retopology was a bit. That feels good. Okay. Once I texture more, once I get texture done, it will make sense. Okay. I mean, I think I gotta come back to the side again later. And then, you know, the eyelash will make sense and then makes that sharpness over there. And then, sometimes when you do ARKit, the eyebrows go clipping into the head. So, not sure if I should stick it. It depends. When I do the ARKit, I'll do the fixes. Hey Cleric, thanks for joining. But I think I've been streaming for a while, so and also okay, you know, when I start texturing, I sometimes do the eyelashes then, and the inside of the mouth then. I know it's weird, but that's what I like to do sometimes. So I might do that because once I texture, things will start to make more sense. So I'll add, you know, like the sharper parts and this part of the eyelashes next time. But for now, I got the general facial structure done. And then I'll adjust the eyes so the eye angles aren't as... Okay, it looks better without the wireframe, but I'll fix the eyes later. And sometimes having, and then coming back to it, I'll have a fresher mind. So, I'll see what I'm missing or what I need to change, you know? And start in the body next time too. So, thanks for joining everyone. I really appreciate your time and checking out my stream. I hope all of the tips I just gave you helped, and sorry for if I didn't see your chat fast enough. I'm still getting used to, you know, streaming art and stuff, but I will stream more. And yeah, I mean, thanks for joining. I really appreciate everyone's time, and hope I see you next time. Thanks for joining, guys. Good night.